Hey guys, Julian here from synthwavepro.com. Thank you so much for hanging out today and clicking on the video. Now, in this tutorial, we are actually going to be creating some texture, all right? Something that we can create and slide into our mix that will contribute to the overall synthwave vibe. Now, in a previous tutorial, I had done something similar. I believe we used some white noise to create some ambiance, some sort of texture. And we were trying to mimic the 1980s sort of vibe here. You can check the link out for that video. But in this tutorial here today, we're dropping another technique. All right, so let's get right into it. All right, so let's play the song out, get a bit of context, and then we can dive in deeper. All right, so definitely a pretty cool synthwave vibe here, but I want to draw your attention to our lead line here. So let's play this alone in context so we can familiarize our ears with what this sounds like. Again, we're using 3 notes to create this melody. I had done a tutorial on this type of stuff, melody creation, melody generation ideas. And we can hear that we have some nice sort of delays shifting about the left and the right channel. But in particular, I want to draw your attention to the detuning of this sound, because this lead line presents the perfect opportunity for us to introduce some textures. Now, I had done a tutorial previously on creating textures by using white noise. So you can insert some white noise into your production. It kind of gives off the impression that it's a VHS sort of old school retro type of sound here. But this is another way, a sort of next level way of generating some texture. So with this lead line, what I have going on here is that I'm sending a portion of that signal to one of our return channels. As you can see, I have several, but I want you to pay attention to this letter K here, detune delay. All right, let me solo this and so give you an idea of what this sounds like. I'm also going to mute the other channels. Here we go. So this is our lead line. You've all heard it before. And now this is our detune delay. This is receiving a portion of that signal. And I want you to pay attention to what's going on here. Let me crank up the volume. Please use headphones. So we have those delayed copies, but the thing with this delayed copy is that it's actually severely detuned. Okay, so let me actually go ahead and crank up this volume. I want to exaggerate this so that you can really hear what's going on. Sounds absolutely atrocious. It's not even in the right key. Right? This is our original line right over here. Yet we have this guy. Okay? Sounds absolutely atrocious. So what we've done here is that we are introducing the delayed copies of the original sound, but we are shifting it slightly. Now, it would never be this loud, okay? This is for the sake of the tutorial. I raised the gain here just so that you can hear, but low key, what you want to do is just come in here and sort of just introduce that sound. You can hear that copy. You can hear that detuned copy. Okay, so I'm going to raise the volume. You're going to hear that detuning sound, and then I'm going to lower it, and your ear will pick it up, okay? Hear that? All right, let me bring this down nice and slow. Too loud. Still too loud. Still too loud. There we go. Somewhere around here. All right, so this is providing another subtle layer of texture. Like, I didn't want to use the typical white noise trick that we've done in previous sessions, but this is a rather cool way of introducing some subtle textures. And you can also add other instruments to this particular return channel. All right, so a very unconventional technique here. And essentially what we have going on here is that we have our lead line. which has the fundamental along with those harmonics. And with the help of that return channel, we're duplicating it. All right, we're setting it to quarter notes, and then we are sort of shifting it via the pitch shifter, and then we're lowering the volume. So now we have all of these frequencies sort of filling up the mix. All right, it's sort of a nice cheeky way of getting a sort of fuller mix. The point is not to overdo it. Now, how did I do this? Very simple. Let's look at some of the plugins we are using here. We're using the H delay. I have it set to quarter notes with a small amount of feedback. And I'm basically not using the high pass or the low pass feature here, but I am definitely mimicking that via the EQ. So we're not getting all that sub and we're not getting all that top end in here, okay? Now, where the detune comes into play, that would be courtesy of Little Altar Boy here from Sound Toys. I use a number of their plugins, but you can use any pitch shifting tool for this particular technique. So let's play and see what's going on here. So I'm adding a bit of drive. The mix is set to 100%. I'm introducing some formants and the pitch is set to -1. So I'm really screwing up the pitch here. Let me crank that up so you can hear it. All right, that's not what we want. Let's lower this. All right, so just for the sake of context, what I'm going to do is play the song and pay attention to what's going on here. This time, however, I will be boosting the volume and then I am going to lower it so that your ears can sort of track it, if you will. Okay, so let's do that. Pretty bad. Let's lower this. There we go. Pay attention to it. You can hear it. It's still there. All right, so it's low key, just lurking there, adding a bit of sort of mystery and, you know, haziness, and it's not quite interfering with the overall sound. We're just kind of like low key doing something rather cheeky here, you know? So again, a cool technique for introducing some texture. And, you know, I use this technique all the time. I don't remember where I got it from. I think I was just experimenting. I like how it sounded, and I urge you guys to experiment. Don't follow rules, man. Break the rules. If you found a technique that you like, and hey, it's not sort of conventional, well then do it. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. I do this all the time. I think it also fills up the mix, partly because we are introducing inharmonic delays. So copies that aren't necessarily gelling with the original sort of harmonic permutations of our sound. Instead, we're sort of, let's say these are our harmonics and we're sort of shifting them, okay, by a few frequencies, and we're also lowering that volume. So now we have all of these frequencies. I don't know if you guys can see me here, but we're having all of these frequencies just fill up our mix. So that's how we're creating sort of rich mixes, something that's nice and fuller. All right, so if you're new to the channel here, thank you so much for hanging out. If you liked the video, you found value in it somehow, go ahead and give me a like. It really supports the channel here. And to the homies who have been supporting me since day one, I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. With that said, I'm Julian. I run synthwavepro.com. If you're interested in some master classes, go ahead and check those out. They're start to finish in Ableton Live. It covers everything from workflow, sound design, arranging, mixing, mastering, all that good stuff. All right. So guys, that's it for this tutorial. I will see you next time. Till then, stay safe. Bye-bye.